What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the living room. Hookup culture is bad for boys too. Well, let's dive in.
Going to today discuss the effects of
Let's
hookup
get the volume
culture
up.
on women. So oftentimes you probably hear people say things like hookup culture only benefits men. And that's partially true. So hookup culture does predominantly benefit men, but it only really benefits a small minority of men. In fact, some men can't even take part in hookup culture even if they wanted to. And we can see that this is true because there's been a rise in male virginity as the years have gone by. 1 in 3 men are either virgins or have not had sex in the last year. This large number of men who aren't able to find female companionship or female partners is also a big part in why we've seen massive explosions on platforms like OnlyFans, as one of the most popular genres on OnlyFans is known as GFE, which basically stands for the
Girlfriend
girlfriend
experience. Okay.
experience. Because what's happening is
Okay. So far she's giving a pretty good analysis. I can't disagree with anything she's saying up to this point. She did clarify that it benefits some men, not most men. So let's continue. We'll skip ahead a little bit. Let's skip ahead to 2 minutes.
OnlyFans models to pretend to be their girlfriend, an increase in men paying money for courses to manosphere content creators. Well, the answer to how we got here is, first of all, the sexual revolution, because the sexual revolution detached reproduction from sex and made sex more so about pleasure and therefore turned it into a leisure activity. Now, this, accompanied with modern inventions such as contraception, helped to destigmatize casual sex. So the sexual revolution, along with contraception, created the perfect foundations for hookup culture. And what caused hookup culture to explode was dating apps. The reason why hookup culture is so prevalent today is because of dating apps. Right now, men are in control of the mating strategy.
Wait, what?
And I know that there's going to be a lot of men watching this video who are going to say that's not true, this is all because of women, etc., etc. As it stands right now, that small minority of men that are benefiting from hookup culture are the ones who are setting the terms for today's mating strategy.
Okay, stop right there. No, that's not true at all. Kevin Samuels already covered this. Who controls access to sex? Is it men or women? It's women. So if you're the one who controls access to something, how is it that the other party is the one setting the terms? That makes no sense. That's like if I control the supply of water in a town, but then I say that the townspeople are the ones who control the pricing in the terms of the water being distributed. No, I control the supply. So if I control the supply, I control the terms. I don't know where she gets the idea that men are controlling the hookup culture when women are the ones giving away sex willy-nilly. So let's continue.
I'll explain to you why men are the ones who are causing hookup culture, but women are enabling it. So there were.
Oh, great. Commercial break.
What matters to people?
What matters to people?
I like to travel and adapt.
All right, we just skipped that.
So there were some studies done on campuses, and what they were comparing was to see the differences between female mating strategy and male mating strategy. So what they found on these campuses was that whichever sex was the minority was the one who got to dictate the mating strategy, because they were the minority and therefore the highest in demand. What they observed on all of these campuses was that if the women were the ones who were the minority, these campuses had higher rates of monogamy.
Okay, wait, stop. Which college campuses exist where today where women are the minority in attendance? Most colleges right now are vastly attended by women, and men are leaving college campuses because it's so hostile to men. So I don't understand where she's getting this data that where men are in the minority, they control the dating strategy. That's not true. That's not true, because even if there were no men on campus, women could go off campus, go to clubs, go on dating app. So don't give me this thing about what is it from 1982? Even if it was an all-female campus and one guy showed up to fix the broken pipes, they're not fighting over the one guy. They know they can get sex anywhere at any time. So I'd like to hear to see where this study took place exactly and how they came up with these numbers. That doesn't actually make sense.
because women's natural dating strategy is to be monogamous. But on the campuses where men were the minority, these campuses had higher rates of hookup culture because men's natural dating strategy is polygamy, which is when the man has multiple women at once. So the reason why we have higher rates of hookup culture in our regular day-to-day society is because our dating nowadays is predominantly done through dating apps. And the issue with that is that there's only a small minority of men that women actually want within these dating apps.
Now we're
The
talking.
dating app data shows that women only swipe
Right? About 8% of the time. 8%. Shout out to Pearl.
Women only swipe that way 15% of the time. So what's happening is because there's only a small minority of men that women want, that means that the men, because they're the minority, they've got to set the terms. So what we're seeing happening on these apps is what we were seeing happening on those campus studies. And in the same way that on those campus studies, we saw that if you have a small minority of men that most of the women are trying to pursue, the men get to set the terms. And
so I can see what she's saying, but the sequence of logic is flawed. She's making a point articulately, but the point is incorrect. She's saying that men are the ones setting up the terms, and that's not true. Even though there's a minority of guys who all the women are going after, the women are setting the terms, because what's the reason why only a minority of the men are being sought after? Is it because of the men's choice? Do you think short guys are saying, please ignore me? Do you think guys with no money are saying, are not on dating apps? It's because women all have the same standards when they go on dating apps. You want a guy, you've heard this millions of times, I'll repeat it. They want the guy with the six-pack, the six figures, the guy who's at least 6 feet tall, and they'll say all that stuff. They'll create this fairy tale guy online, and then they won't settle. And then you ask them, well, what do you bring? And they get upset. Like, how dare you ask what I bring? I'm me. I bring me. You bring you. Can you be more specific? No. If you can't see what I bring to the table, you don't have to be with me anyway. So this is what we're dealing with. They are all going after the same small pool of guys. It's not a matter of short supply and the guys are determining anything. The guys are not telling women who to date. The women are all flocking to date the same small group of guys. And when you have, this is supply and demand in economics, when you have a large number of quote, quote buyers seeking a small or seeking a good or service, or let's call it a good or service that's in short supply, what happens? The price goes up. The price goes up. So it's not like guys are setting the terms, but because you all want the same guy, the guy you're talking to has 4 other women in his DMs that he can message at any moment to just, can I come over? That's the problem. So men are not setting the terms. You are all setting the term because you're all fighting for the same 5 guys. So you want hookup culture to change, you need to change.
They will have hookup culture because a male's natural dating strategy is polygamy. I hope that made sense because I feel like that was a bit complicated.
It made sense, but I disagree.
That is basically the reason why hookup culture is so prevalent today. And women have enabled it because women have decided to comply with this standard as opposed to rejecting it. And the reason why women are complying with it is because we were raised under the sexual revolution, which has taught us that sex is nothing more than a leisure activity and casual sex is empowering and freeing, even though most women don't actually truly find it to be that way, because if it was, then we wouldn't have so many bitter women saying that men are trash. Which brings me to my next point. Because most women are trying to pursue the same small minority of men.
I just said this.
These men are exploring and enjoying themselves.
I just said this.
Having multiple women at once. They're not really looking to settle down with any of these women because why would they?
Why?
They've got all the options in the world.
Exactly.
So what tends to happen is
exactly. Conversely, why is it that women are waiting longer and longer and longer to get married? Particularly attractive women. Why should they? Why should a woman who's 22 attractive with 2,000 followers on Instagram telling her, come to Dubai with me, I'll pay for everything, marry a guy her age right now when she could, quote, find herself and have her fun and explore life, which is all code for sleeping around? Why should she do that and give up all of that attention and being pampered in her 20s if she thinks she can still get a good guy in her 30s and beyond. So it's the same thing. So why would these guys say, yep, I'll commit to one person if I've got 7 women chasing after me or available to me? So it's the same thing. This is a very, very good analysis. I disagree with some of the points, but this is very well thought out. Let's continue.
Around with these girls and just have casual sex with them but never commit to them, and these women will eventually want more from them because as much as the feminists have told us that we can have casual sex just like men can and it's nothing to us, the reality is we are biologically different. The reason why women tend to develop feelings first during these friends with benefits situations is because when women sleep with men, we release a hormone called oxytocin. And this oxytocin is known as the bonding hormone. It causes us to form attachments and bonds with the person that we're sleeping with. And so if you have a friends with benefits situation with a guy, you're releasing this hormone when you sleep together, and so you are developing an attachment to them. And that's the reason why women typically tend to be the ones who develop feelings first during these situationships. And this is usually why a lot of these situationships end, because the woman wants more but the guy doesn't, because men don't release oxytocin when they're sleeping.
We release something else. Okay, that's my joke for the day.
They don't release it in the same way that women do. So this is why it's a lot easier for guys to have casual sex and to sleep with loads of people and never develop feelings or get attached or anything like that. Whereas it's not the same for women because our biology is not the same. Regardless, women still engage in this anyway because most of them don't actually know this information, and this has polluted the dating pool because what will typically happen is a woman will get with one of these top 15% guys who has no intention of settling down yet because he's in his prime, and then she'll develop feelings for him, she'll want a relationship with him, he's not really interested in doing that, so then they go apart, and then
they grow apart. They don't grow apart.
She experiences this multiple times. She would eventually develop resentment and bitterness towards men because she thinks that all men are the same and that all men are trash, and then she will go back out into the world with this new traumatized outlook.
In addition to that, she's going to go back out into the world and not change her standards at all. So what is she going to do? She's going to find a carbon copy of the last guy because she won't settle. So she keeps finding the same guy who looks different and dresses different, but it's the same characteristic because that's the type of guy she wants. And all of those same guys are on the same wavelength. That would be like a guy who is 22 and is 22, earning minimum wage, and he keeps going after 8s and 9s. And he's like, these women just all want to go on expensive dinners and want me to take them out on yachts. This is frustrating. I can't get any attention whatsoever. Same thing, because these women have your competition is blowing you out of the water. These women have guys giving them all kinds of attention and offering to spend a bunch of money on them. So why would they say, yes, I'll go out with you to Chipotle. Shout out to Chipotle. I'll go out with you to Chipotle, but and ignore the guy who's offering to fly me to Miami for the weekend and stay at his suite. It's human nature, especially if she doesn't know you from the other guy. It's just two dudes. Of course, it would make sense she would make that choice. Same thing here in what she's describing with the guys. Let's hear a few more seconds and then we'll wrap this up.
And so this is a problem for the other, say, 85% of guys.
Yes.
Because they all kind of get lumped in together into this whole
incels
thing. Yep. When really it's the men that women are dealing with that are trash, because most women are pursuing the same small minority of men.
What I just said.
And they're all being screwed over by that same small minority of men. So the reason why most women think men are trash is because they're all sleeping with the same guys. So far I do feel like I've only spoken about the negative effects of the 85% of men. And to recap what those are, it's that they
I'll let you all go and watch the rest of the video and the recap. This is very well done. Like I said, I disagree with some of the things that she's saying or her explanation for things, but I think overall this is a very, very well thought out video and argument for what she's trying to say here about hookup culture and how it's bad for men. But I think it's worse on women. And the thing is, we're not going to see the effects for a little bit longer. We're starting to see it. Some women are starting to come forward and saying, "Hey, I regret having lived my life this way. I wish I had made different choices." But this is gonna take another two generations at least for this to really, really hit hard, and for the realization to come that this was not in our best interest. We're different, and that's not a bad thing. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you like more of this content, and be sure to give Patience Zena, that's her name, a like on your way out. I think I may react to more of a video. This was I really like this. Thanks for watching.